Hi guys, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a great day, and as always, thank you for subscribing. So I'm now going to be reacting to a track by the Human League. I may or may not have heard this one before. It was from 1981, taken from the album Dare, which I know is a, a multi-million pound selling album, I believe. Although I can't quite remember what was on it, but I can imagine there's like maybe one or two tracks that I know on that album. So this track itself entered the UK Top 40 on the 2nd of May 1981, and it peaked at number 12. An interesting thing about this track is it's the first song to feature, let me get his names right, Susan Sully and Joanne Caffarel. These are the two singers that they discovered, Human League discovered, or Phil Oakey may have discovered them in a nightclub in Sheffield, probably. Also, it's the first song to be produced by Martin Rushent. So without further ado, I'm really looking forward to this. This is on, I believe this is the top of a Pops performance. So yeah, let's press play and see what they've got to offer. Sorry, I've got to pause it there. I'm really loving the atmosphere of this video, and I've never seen dancing like that. I think by the time I was old enough to go to nightclubs, which was, I probably didn't even start going to nightclubs when I was 18, but I don't remember anyone dancing like that, and that would have been about 1986 I started going into clubs. But so yeah, so it's a very unusual form of dancing. Perhaps that's what attracted them to this group, or this group attracted to them. Loving Phil Oakey's fashion style as well, with that long fringe, and I can't think of the other musician behind with the high-waisted trousers. But yeah, just to add actually that I think this song has got this really stripped back industrial sound to it, which I think they became more refined, more poppy as their music went on. But and I'm sure I've heard another one from the Human League that was like this, but again we're kind of going a little bit further back. I'm not sure if they did any songs like this once they became really commercially successful. Anyway, I'm just going to drop that back a couple of seconds. So that was the Human League with The Sound of a Crowd, and I really enjoyed that. I actually thought when I saw the title, I thought it was going to be something else. So there is another song out there that I was confusing this one with. I don't actually recall this song from that time. I'm not sure why, because they had another song that year which I do recall. I think it was Love Action. That felt like it was a huge song at the time. But what I love about this song is that they've got these two girls who they've discovered in a nightclub. They've brought them into the band, and then there's this song which is all about the club scene and dancing and the vibe that you get. And it's kind of it's a sort of really weird universe they've created where they've got these two dancers, but the song's almost about them in a club, and the how their experiences would be queuing to get in a club, going past a club, in a club. It's just, yeah, I really enjoyed that aspect of the song, and whether that was how it was meant to be, whether that was the original purpose of it. Um, but I think with the two girls, Susan and Joanne, that they add something to the band that they kind of give them that balance. And for sure, later Human League songs, you really kind of get this taste of how they sound vocally as well. Especially songs like "Don't You Want Me," and they're not the greatest. They weren't chosen for their singing. I'm guessing they were chosen for the style, the energy that they had. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I love Phil Oakey's look. It feels like it's ahead of its time in a way. And I just wondered how involved this band were with anything that was going on down in London. Because of some of these bands they seem really successful and they all seem to come from the same genre, but are they actually physically connected in some ways at that time, at the height of the new romantic era, with those bands that were frequenting the Blitz Club and places like that? I do wonder. I mean, obviously, if I was to read up on the history of the Human League, I might discover that they either were or they weren't. But yeah, really good song. Never heard it before, and it was good to see this Top of the Pops performance. It was quite atmospheric and full of energy and colour. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed that, and please join me in the comments below if you have any thoughts about this. If there's any other songs from this album, Dare, that are worth listening to, that I haven't heard before, that weren't maybe commercially successful, as was Love Action. Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd be really curious to come back to some of this 80s stuff. And not just Human League, there's quite a few 80s groups that I've covered some of their commercially successful stuff, even though it's not apparently obvious to me if I know what these tracks are or not. But I've covered them, and I feel at some point I'm going to have to start dipping into other tracks on their seminal albums from this period of time, just to see what else they were producing for their fans in the greater kind of scope of an album rather than their singles. So yeah, anyway, I'll have more for you later. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day and a great week.